I'm back with a new feature for the channel. I will be sharing my homemaking tips. This is not just for people that are home all the time, but I think it will benefit any busy mom who's trying to find more effective ways to manage household duties while having other things that they're being pulled to do, like all moms. I am a homemaker. However, I do also work occasionally. So I found that some of the things that I do have helped me tremendously. The first tip that I want to talk about is freezer cooking. I know that a lot of you have probably seen blogs about freezer cooking. There are many websites about freezer cooking. I know that I tried to jump in with both feet at one point and was completely overwhelmed. And so I decided to approach it with bite-sized pieces, and I've been very successful. At this point, I take 1 week out of the month and cook all of our meals for the entire month, and have found that it works really well for me. I went to Sears and purchased a deep freezer for under $200. In that freezer, the only thing that I keep are our meals. I purchased these containers. Happens to be Ziploc. I don't necessarily only get Ziploc, but they're the disposable containers. That this pack kind of looks like this, the rectangular. They come in all different shapes and sizes, and depending on what you want to freeze and how much of it, you decide which one to buy. But I love them. I use them over and over. Here's my tip for today. When you make spaghetti, you won't be able to freeze the noodles. I don't recommend freezing the noodles. However, you can make a whole lot of sauce with very little effort. Depending whatever type of sauce you want to make, instead of making enough sauce for one meal, why not make enough sauce for 2 meals or 3 meals? Or in my case, I make enough sauce for 4 meals. And then I serve the sauce that day. And then what's left over, I put in these containers, I date them, and I put it in my deep freezer. And so on that day when we're ripping and running and we don't have time to make a meal, I could pull out one of these frozen spaghetti sauces and defrost it by running it under some warm water so that it comes off in one block shape. I put it in some type of bakeware and stick it in my oven and allow it to defrost and heat up, and I have it there to serve my family. This works well for spaghetti sauce. I do it with curry chicken. I freeze barbecue chicken like this. I freeze any type of Chinese stir fry like this. I freeze macaroni and cheese. Lasagna is excellent. In the case of lasagna, I wouldn't use a plastic container like this. I use aluminum disposable baking pans, the ones that you get in bulk from places like BJ's or Costco, or in smaller quantities at places like Walmart, Target. I assemble the lasagna. I don't bake it. I boil the noodles. I assemble the lasagna, or I use no bake noodles, and then I freeze it. And then at the time that it's time that I want to cook it, I pop the entire thing in the oven, and that's extremely easy. I do lasagna that way. I do baked ziti and freeze it like that. And then at mealtime, I only have to make things like steam some rice, vegetables, biscuits, cornbread, salad, and my meal is complete. So I hope that helps somebody. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any specific things that you want to hear me share. Be blessed.